Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Naseri. I'm a computer science student from Kenitra, Morocco, and this is going to be my ALX portfolio project presentation for the specialization period. The app's name is Nimbus, and yeah, let's get into it. So when it comes to team members, this is obviously a solo project, so there is just me. I basically took care of the front-end stuff, the back-end stuff, and also the UI design and the brand identity stuff as well. What's Nimbus? Nimbus is basically a web app that brings the fun and structure of RPG stat screens to real life. So in a nutshell, it is basically a real life version of all of the character stat screens that you see on RPG games like Dark Souls and Final Fantasy, where you can have your own character displayed with all of their stats and you can customize them, customize their agility, their power, their magic meter, all of that stuff. This is basically what Nimbus does. You can create your own real-life character with your own real-life skills, and you can also share those skills as a post on social media. So this is what the app looks like. This is the desktop version and also the mobile version. This is what it looks like in dark mode, and this is what it looks like when you export those stats and you share them on social media. When it comes to the inspiration, as I said earlier, this is what stat screens look like in RPG games. So I didn't really make it as complicated as this stuff because we're going for a more modern, intuitive, and user-friendly approach. So I just had 5 main stats displayed, and you can customize them based on questions asked according to what main stat that you choose. So we're going to see all of this in the live demo in a couple of slides. When it comes to the architecture and technologies, there were 3 main technologies that I used during the whole development journey. I used React, which is of course a JavaScript library. I also used Tailwind, which is a CSS framework, and I also used AppWrite. So AppWrite is a third-party service that helps you build your backend. It is a lot simpler than making a custom backend because, as you know, I'm not really a backend person. My specialization is frontend, so I'm not really used to working with a lot of the backend stuff. So I thought that using AppWrite would be a much simpler and faster approach compared to making a custom backend from scratch. So yeah, we're gonna see all of this in the live demo as well. When it comes to hosting and deployment, I of course used Vercel. Everyone uses Vercel because it's free and intuitive to use. It doesn't take you more than 2 clicks to have your project up and running for everyone to enjoy. When it comes to key developments, there are 3 core features. There's of course stat tracking and progress visualization. There's also user authentication and data synchronization thanks to AppWrite, and we also have a friend list and basic social features. When it comes to challenges, the first challenge that I faced was integrating AppWrite because I'm not really someone used to the whole backend stuff. I found a little bit of trouble to get it integrated, and also because during the first development days of the app, I used local storage to test most of my backend stuff, so it was a bit difficult to convert all of these stuff, all of the features from local storage to AppWrite. But of course, in the end, it all worked out. I watched a couple of tutorials and of course used GitHub Copilot to help me with a lot of the complicated stuff. The second challenge was ensuring a responsive design across devices. This is a point that I'm going to come back to, so I'm going to the next slide now. When it comes to successes, of course, thankfully, I successfully managed to implement stat tracking and user authentication. Again, all thanks to AppWrite. And also, I hopefully created a visually appealing and intuitive user interface. So when people get to test my app, I really hope that they find the user interface intuitive and easier to use. Of course, we have some personal growth. I managed to improve my problem solving and also time management skills. I had to because I didn't really have a lot of time to develop the app, considering that I had to start from scratch many times, and also because you can already tell that I submitted this project pretty late. So yeah, when it comes to the lessons learned, there are 3 main technical lessons. Of course, the first one is pushing to GitHub as much as possible so you can have backups of your project ready at all times. You can roll back to previous versions of your project to test and fix some bugs. You also have to take a mobile-first approach when developing the front end. So When working on a primary front-end project, it can be pretty hard to adjust it to mobile. So that's why it is much more recommended to start from the mobile stuff, like from the mobile layout, and then convert it to desktop as you expand the whole development stuff. And also we have mockups. Mockups do save a lot of time when working on a project that is heavily focused on UI, because you at least have an idea of where you want to start when it comes to developing the front end. And yeah, these are some of the earlier mockups that I had made of the app. They're not much different than what I currently have, but yeah, you can see the first one is my Figma mockup, and the one next to it is the actual front end or my actual attempt at making the front end in HTML and CSS. So yeah, this brings us to the live demo. I'm going to switch my screen now, and we can see how Nimbus works. So yeah, so this is the welcome screen. You have the option to continue with email, and that's what we're going to do. You can either log in, of course, but we're not going to do that. We're going to create a new account. So I'm just going to call it Simo, sign up, and straight away you get redirected to the dashboard. So on the dashboard you have your current stats. So right now we have 0% on everything. Here we have the sidebar, which is just a credits part. You have there a shout out to ALX. Here you can sort your stats either by the most recent ones or the top 3 ones you have. Here you have your streak, so my current streak is 1 day. And in here we have a list of badges, so I didn't really have any time to completely make the badge system robust, so I don't have any icons for it made. So yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with text for now. So Explorer is the current badge we have. You can see it over here. And here you have the option to preview the social media image or export it so you can share it on there. I'm going to show you what this looks like after we make a couple of stats. Over here we have our friends list. We can search for friends. Let's do, for example, Mohammed. Here you have Mohammed Nasere. When I click on follow, it gets added over here. Let's do, for example, Hamza. We can follow Hamza. We can also follow Yassine. You have 2 Yassines here because this one is a second account, so follow. You can see that the 3 of these guys are followed now. You can also remove them if you want, so we'll just click on this. Let's just keep Yassine for now. Over here you have the profile icon. When you click on it, it shows you the user that's currently signed in. Here you have your notifications, and here you can click to log out of your session if you want to switch users or something. And I have a little Easter egg over here. If you click on this little cloud in the corner, it turns the whole page into dark mode. So this is how you turn on dark mode in Nimbus. So yeah, let's get started by making some stats. If we click on the view all button here, we get navigated to the stats page. Over here you can manage your stats. So let's choose a category or a main stat as it's called right here. Let's do, for example, physical. So each main stat has 5 different subsets. So for now we have endurance, and this is the correspondent question to endurance. So how long can you sustain physical activity without feeling exhausted? You have 5 levels, so you just choose whatever level that you feel matches your personality. So for example, I'll just do adept here. I'm just going to choose random ones for the next questions. So this is a question related to strength. Next one is speed. Let's just do adept again. We'll continue like this, and when you're finished you get a overall rating for your stats. So for physical we got 40%. I'm gonna do the rest of the stats so we can see how it looks like in the end. So yeah, here's our full stats screen. You can also turn dark mode in this page if you want. Once you turn dark mode, it stays on the entire app. So if we return back to the home page, you can see that dark mode is still applied here. Of course, every element of this page is also themed with dark mode. Even if we log out in a second, you'll see that the welcome page is also in dark mode. And yeah, if you wanna export the stats screen to share it on social media, let's do the light mode version first. You just click on export or preview. So if you click on preview, you see a preview of it first, and then you can click on export PNG. So once we do that, we're going to get a PNG of our full stats screen, so you can share it on social media or on whatever you like. You can also do this with dark mode applied. This is how the dark mode version looks like. So yeah, that's basically Nimbus. If you see here, this is the top 3 stats that I mentioned earlier. If I click on it, it shows me the recent ones instead of the top 3. And yeah, that's basically it. So we're going to switch back to the presentation and I'll get back to you in a second. So when it comes to the next steps, I have some short-term goals for Nimbus. I first want to implement a user feedback feature where you can use the app and you can submit a couple of feedbacks and rate the app experience, and also fixing bugs, because considering I had very little time to develop the app, there are a lot of bugs that I want to focus on and fix before I can properly launch the app in the future. And also I want to add some more customization options for the stats, because currently it is a bit limited. Like, it's not as robust as some of the character customization screens in video games. But yeah, this is some of the short-term stuff that I want to work on. There are also some long-term goals. I really want to optimize the code because currently it is a bit of a mess. But it works. Like, generally, if you use the app, you're gonna find it to be fluid. It's not gonna be a buggy experience or anything. I also want to improve the social aspects of the app, because currently it is a little bit more basic than what I currently intended while first starting the app. And also I want to make a native mobile app version of it, because as you know, or maybe you don't know, but my previous portfolio project on ALX was a React Native app called Checkpoint, which was a habit tracker that I worked on. And now that I had the chance to work on a web app, I would say that I probably enjoyed working on the mobile app a lot more. So yeah, that was it for the entire presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. And we'll see you hopefully next time.